Hey guys, so for this year in 2020, I'm gonna do something a little bit different with my blogs. Last year it was more about whatever topic kind of came to me. That's how I allow myself to be inspired. But this year I want to be more intentional, and so something that's done in recovery groups. This is particularly in like Alcoholics Anonymous recovery. Every month is a theme of the 12 steps. So in January, it's step 1, and then February, step 2, and so forth and so on, until you go through all the steps. And that's the theme for the month in recovery groups. So that's what I'm going to do for this blog as well, is I'm going to center around the topics of recovery, but show you how they apply to everyday life, to spiritual recovery, to emotional, mental recovery. Not so much physical recovery, because that's its own thing, but recovery is always mental and emotional anyway, and even spiritual. And so recovery from bad habits, recovery from hurts, pains, anger, resentments, fears, anxieties, doubts, worries, that's what we're recovering from, to start living a healthier life, a life full of energy and joy and excitement and wonder and growth and learning, and moving away from the things that hold us back and prevent us from being amazing people that we can be. This is going to be for the people that are really wanting change. I mean, that's what my blog has always been about. It's always been about change. It's always been about learning and growing and becoming a better version of you. I mean, I'm dedicated to that every single day, and that's what I want to give back to you, my viewers. So you'll see some links below to an article that kind of talks about step 1, which is to be honest with yourself, to admit that you even have a problem. And it always begins with that. One of the things that I've written about many times is that you have to be brutally honest with yourself sometimes when you want change, because change is not always easy. Some things are simpler. Most change is difficult, especially the change in behavior, the change in the way you think, and the change in the way you feel about yourself and the world around you. When those changes occur inside your heart, it changes the trajectory of your life. And you don't have to believe me to determine if it's true or not, because there are so many people out there that have done the same thing over and over. So many stories that you never get to hear about. And that's another thing that I hope to be bringing to this blog this year. Some of the stories from other people about how their lives have been changed and transformed by making different choices. Some of them will be about following God. Some of them might just be because they had a realization about life and they just couldn't continue on doing the same things over and over. They wanted change. And there's a lot of different ways. My way is I really turn to the Lord. I really believe in the power of His love and how He can transform the way we think and feel about things. It really begins in the heart. When things start not feeling good anymore and they just don't feel right, then your thinking starts to change because you make different choices. And then from there, your life accumulates, with the different choices, it leads to different consequences, and obviously a whole different kind of life. Like my life was once a drug-addicted, alcoholic life, and a lot of anger and rage and breaking at things and breaking relationships and yelling and screaming at people. Now it's not that. I give back to the community by serving every week at Project Heal, which is a local recovery group here in Sacramento. And I also really work on my relationships. I really try hard to make sure that I'm in the right place with them. I ask for forgiveness a lot, and to me, I remind everybody that's a part of my world. I'm all about learning and growing, so I tend to give that back to other people around me. So anyway, I hope this helps a little bit going forward. I'll remind everybody about what my videos and blogs are going to be about this year. And yeah, check out the links and enjoy.